Good afternoon, anti-novelists. Welcome to a few days before Halloween. I've got my lunch ready to rock and roll. Ooh, and here comes Kitty checking out what is for lunch. I don't think so, little miss. You gotta stay on guard here at the ranch, guys. You just gotta be on guard all the time. So, let me show you what I did. Check it out. I installed a second desk. So now I have a proper L right here in the window. Moved my little sitting reading chair over there. You can't really see it because it's dark in here, but it's there. So here's what we have. Let's check it. I've got a place for my laptop. I've got my Remarkable, which I'm slowly getting to like. It's taken some adjustment, I won't lie, but I'm getting there. So what have I done for you? Let's check it out. I finished the quest chapter, which has now become the quest-er chapter. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at 2,223 words. Oh, awesome. So here's what we've got. The quester system, after I found my note cards, I took those and distilled them down into a proper system that you can use. So what you're going to get with the system in chapter 9 is a way to start unpacking your ideas. So whether you're working from note cards, you're just drafting, you're writing by hand, whatever your process is, Quester gives you a way, first of all, to ask yourself about the big questions in your story. The reason I love this so much is because it can be a plotter's tool or it can be a pantzer's tool. Either way, you can harness the pieces that work best for you and leave the rest. That is the whole goal behind Zettelkasten for fiction writers, is to give you options for tools that you can use to get your writing done, but then let you choose the things that work and leave the rest behind. So with Quester, it gives you ways to ask yourself, ask your reader's mind, what's working or what's not working, or what's my idea here? What's really going on? And then it gives you a system that you can use as a metric to unpack those story details and to then start to stack them up into scenes and sequels and ultimately into chapters. So I am super excited to share this with you. Everyone who answered my question yesterday about whether I should add prefaces or vocab at the top of the chapters, thank you so much for those answers. I will be incorporating that. Jason and Julianne, and I think Jonathan, Brenda messaged me privately, Bev, thank you all, because this is super helpful, having you along with me as I'm completing this final draft of the book. That way I can get real-time feedback and make this the most useful tool for you. That is my goal. So now that I have Quester out of the way, the next thing that I'm going to attack is I need to attack how to format the example cards. Obviously, this is a Zettelkasten focused book, ultimately. So there will be note cards. But I need to make a decision about, do I want to use my note cards and photos? If you're familiar with Scott Scheper's Anti-Net Zettelkasten book, he took photos of his actual cards and just inserted those into the text. If you're familiar with the author Kathleen Spracklin and her Writing with Emotions book, she formatted the cards digitally so that they were easy to read, they were uniform, very pretty and nice. So I'm having an internal struggle with myself. Do I want to put in photos of my cards, or do I want to digitize those into a nice format so they're all uniform? I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind. If you have an opinion, please drop it below. I would like to know, do you want to see my cards or do you want digital ones? I don't know. I'll have to decide. So the next place that I'm going in this voluminous chapter 9, which is the chapter on the writing process, is I'm going to start talking about some different types of writing. We're going to talk about your brainstorming or your zero draft, and then the process of drafting and what that might look like through the process of editing. So I will get into that. I will address the metrics of writing and some ways that you can chart and clock your progress and keep track of forward momentum, those kinds of things. And then we're going to talk a little bit about partners and how you can harness the power of a critique partner or a beta reader. So yeah, the chunk that is this section of the book is all about actual writing process. So I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to get into that. I've got 40 minutes until my Fusion Writing Group begins over on LiLLiPub.org, where we meet every Saturday. And so, yeah, that gives me time for one really good sprint so I can get this kind of mapped out. And then I will continue writing over in the Fusion Writing Room at LiLLiPub.org. So, as always, thank you for joining me. I am so happy that I have the lion's share of this chapter hammered out because it was kind of a doozy, but it's done. So, I'm looking forward to getting that into your hands. In the meantime, keep writing, keep getting those words on the page, and I will see you tomorrow.